Oil, it's the lifeblood of your engine. It lubricates, cools, cleans, and protects every moving part. But with so much advice floating around, it's easy to fall for myths that can actually harm your engine or waste your money. From oil additives that promise miracles, to the idea that you must change your oil every 3,000 miles, we're breaking down the top 10 most common engine oil myths, explaining what's true, what's outdated, and what you really need to do to keep your engine healthy. Let's bust some myths and save your engine. Myth number 1, additives and treatments improve oil performance. There's no shortage of products claiming to boost oil performance: metal conditioners, Teflon coatings, friction modifiers, stabilizers, all promising smoother engines and more horsepower. But here's the truth: modern motor oils are already precision-engineered chemical cocktails. They contain up to 25% additive packages carefully blended to balance detergency, anti-wear protection, oxidation resistance, and viscosity control. When you add aftermarket treatments, you can upset that balance. For example, too much friction modifier can reduce the effectiveness of anti-wear agents like zinc, ZDDP. Extra detergents can thin the oil film or cause foaming. Some additives even coat sensors and clog oil passages. Manufacturers spend years testing the right mix for their oils. More additives don't mean better performance. Bottom line, if your oil meets the manufacturer's specifications, you don't need extra snake oil in a bottle. The best additive is proper maintenance, regular changes with high-quality oil. Myth number 2, you must use the manufacturer's oil brand. Your dealership might insist you use their brand, genuine Honda oil, Toyota genuine motor oil, and so on. But here's the secret: car companies don't make oil. They partner with major oil refineries, like Mobil, Shell, or Castrol, and rebrand the oil that meets their factory spec. What really matters isn't the name on the bottle, it's the certification and viscosity rating. Look for the same API or ACEA service grade and viscosity, like 0W, 20 or 5W, 30, that your owner's manual specifies. If an oil meets or exceeds that standard, it will perform identically to the official brand. So don't pay extra for a label. Pay for the right specification, not the marketing. Myth number 3, use thicker oil for high-mileage engines. Many drivers think that as engines age, switching to a thicker oil helps seal gaps and reduce consumption. It sounds logical, but that's not always true. Today's engines are built with extremely tight clearances, sometimes just thousandths of an inch between parts. Oil must be thin enough to flow instantly at startup, when 80% of engine wear actually occurs, and thick enough to protect at high temperatures. If you go too thick, oil flow slows down, especially in cold starts. The pump works harder, reducing efficiency. Small oil passages and hydraulic lifters might not receive enough lubrication. Instead of going thicker, use a high-mileage oil designed for older engines. These formulas slightly increase viscosity within spec and contain seal conditioners to reduce leaks. If your car burns or leaks oil, fix the underlying issue, don't just mask it with thicker oil. Myth number 4, having too much oil in the engine is okay. More oil seems like better protection, but it's actually dangerous. When oil is overfilled, the crankshaft dips into the oil and churns it into foam, kind of like a blender. That frothy oil can't lubricate properly. This causes aerated oil entering bearings. Oil pressure drops. Leaks from excessive crankcase pressure. And in severe cases, catalytic converter damage from burned oil. If you accidentally overfill, don't just drive and hope for the best, drain the excess immediately. Engines are designed for a precise oil level. Always check your dipstick after filling. Between the low and full marks is where your engine is happiest. Myth number 5, synthetic oil is only for high-performance vehicles. Many still think synthetic oil is only for race cars or high-performance engines. That used to be true. Early synthetics were expensive and targeted for racing. But technology has changed. Synthetic oils are chemically engineered molecules, built to resist heat, oxidation, and break down far better than conventional oils. They flow better in cold starts, maintain viscosity under high heat, reduce sludge and varnish buildup, and even improve fuel economy. That's why many everyday vehicles, from family sedans to small crossovers, now require synthetic or synthetic blends from the factory. It's not about performance, it's about protection and efficiency. If your manual calls for synthetic, use it. Even if it doesn't, switching can extend your engine's lifespan. Myth number 6, once you switch to synthetic, you can never go back. This myth comes from the early days of synthetic oil in the 1970s. Back then, base oils and seal materials were different. Some synthetics caused rubber seals to shrink, leading to leaks. But modern synthetics are fully compatible with both conventional and blend oils. They meet the same industry standards and can even be mixed in small amounts without issue. You can switch back and forth as long as you use the correct viscosity and API service rating. However, once you experience synthetic smoother cold starts and longer drain intervals, you probably won't want to go back. Just remember, consistency is key. Whatever oil type you choose, change it on schedule and always replace the filter. Myth number 7, you save money changing your own oil. Doing your own oil change can feel satisfying, and it can save money in some cases, but not always. Let's break it down. A DIY oil change usually requires 4 to 6 quarts of quality oil, a new filter, tools like ramps, a drain pan, and gloves, and proper oil disposal, which some cities charge for. When you add that up, you're often only saving $10 to $20 compared to a professional service. And if you make a mistake, overfill, cross-thread the plug, or use the wrong viscosity, you could cause expensive damage. So yes, it's fine to DIY if you're confident and careful. But if your car is under warranty or you just want convenience, professional oil changes are often worth the peace of mind. Myth number 8, dark oil means bad oil. Seeing dark oil on your dipstick can look alarming, but darkness doesn't necessarily mean it's dirty or worn out. Oil darkens as it absorbs carbon, soot, and contaminants, exactly what it's supposed to do. That means it's cleaning your engine. The only time to worry is if the oil appears thick and sludgy, indicating overdue changes or overheating. Or milky and frothy, a sign of coolant mixing due to a head gasket leak. Otherwise, color alone doesn't determine oil health. Modern synthetic oils contain advanced detergents that stay effective even when dark. Trust your mileage interval or oil life monitor, not just the color. Think of it like soap water, it gets darker as it cleans, but that means it's doing its job. Myth number 9, you must change oil every 3,000 miles. This myth is one of the oldest. For decades, people believed you had to change oil every 3,000 miles or 3 months, whichever came first. That was true back when oils and engines were primitive. Today, synthetic oils can last 7,500 to 10,000 miles, and many modern engines are designed with oil life monitoring systems that analyze driving conditions, temperature, and load. Changing oil too often isn't just wasteful, it's expensive and environmentally harmful. Stick to what your manufacturer recommends. If it says 7,500 miles, you're safe. If your vehicle has an oil monitor, follow its alerts. Of course, if you tow, idle often, or drive in extreme heat, change it a bit earlier. But for normal use, the 3,000-mile rule is pure myth. Myth number 10, synthetic oil causes leaks. Many still believe switching to synthetic will cause leaks. This myth came from older engines and early synthetic formulations that cleaned sludge buildup, sometimes revealing pre-existing cracks or hardened seals that conventional oil was hiding. In reality, synthetic oil doesn't cause leaks, it exposes them. Modern synthetics actually contain seal conditioners that keep rubber flexible and prevent shrinkage. If you notice a leak after switching, it's not the oil's fault, it's a warning that your gasket or seal was already compromised. Fix the issue, and you'll benefit from synthetic's superior protection and longevity. Myth number 10, you don't need to replace the oil filter every change. Oil filters do the heavy lifting, they trap metal shavings, soot, and carbon particles. Reusing an old filter is like showering and putting your dirty clothes back on. As the filter fills up, it restricts oil flow, and a bypass valve opens to keep oil moving, unfiltered. That means dirty oil circulates through your engine. Always replace the filter during every oil change. It's cheap insurance for your engine's health. If you're using extended life synthetic oil, make sure your filter is rated for long intervals too, otherwise, it'll fail before the oil does. And there you have it, the most common oil myths, busted. Oil maintenance isn't complicated. Use the correct viscosity and specification, change it on schedule. Replace the filter. And skip the miracle additives. Follow those simple steps, and your engine will stay healthy for hundreds of thousands of miles. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe for more DIY car care tips, and share it with someone who still believes one of these myths. Thanks for watching, and keep your engine running smooth.